You ain't doing nothing. You got a clicker. Okay.
Are you sure you want to end?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Hey.
Now.
Do y'all hear us?
This thing is screwing up on us again.
I hate computers.
Ah. Okay.
All right. Tell me if you hear us, because we know we're going to have a delayed little thing. But hello from Deep South Homestead. I'm Wanda. This is Danny, or he's Danny. I'm Wanda. We don't even know who we are
anymore.
So do y'all hear us? This thing is driving us crazy every week, and you'd think after 4 years of live streaming we'd know what we're doing.
Well, we would if you two would leave it alone. But they won't leave it alone.
Yes, they can hear us.
Okay. Good deal.
All right, maybe I'll turn my fan off. You can hear better.
Oh, man.
We've had one heck of a day.
Yes, we have.
Wanda's irritated. Danny's irritated. We've just been irritated. It's been a good day, but it hadn't been.
It's been a real good day. It was really a nice day. Especially the morning was very nice. Very cool. You know, it was really good. Got a lot accomplished. And then the unthinkable happened.
Well, I was working on a video for Monday, and it's canning whole figs. And so it started raining. Danny comes in, and I've been sitting there, what, 3 hours working on that video?
I don't know, because I was outside.
Probably at least 3 hours. I was fixing to render it, to finish it, and I decided I better go back and watch it beginning to end because I had so many clips in it. And when I started watching it, all of a sudden I had pieces missing everywhere. And then I found them at the end on another bar. I was so mad because I'd spent hours. Yep. And now I've got to piece this video together again. So y'all, Monday maybe I'll have it done. So I was aggravated.
Yeah, and then I've been working on this pond, getting this side of it leveled in so that we know what we want, where we want it at. And Wanda and I took the transit today and shot the grade on it, and I had this side perfectly level. I mean, it looked beautiful. And the ones on Patreon kind of saw what it looked like. And oh, I have pictures. Yeah, and then I do have one picture. We got a 2-inch rainfall in about less than 2 hours. Yeah, we got 2 inches of rain. And now this ain't what you see after the rain. This is before the rain. This is before the rain. Where the trees are, right past it, where you see it drop down, a lot of that dirt just washed it away. It just washed away. Yeah. We were supposed to have the guy here. He was supposed to be here Monday to build the pond, but he got held up. And then he's supposed to be next Monday. No, next Wednesday. No. He was coming next Monday. Yeah, he was coming next Monday. That's right. And then he called yesterday, and he's going to be next Wednesday. Yeah. If this rain hasn't messed him up. Yeah. So we are patiently waiting, but this rain really did a number on the dirt. It done a number on the dirt work. Yeah. So now we're actively trying to figure out what we're going to do because this is a problem area for us. It's always been a problem area for water. It's just now we got to figure out, now that we're having a pond put in, what are we going to do to keep it from washing a gully into the end of the pond? So we got a few little, but we're glad it did it now. Yes. Before we got it dug, so we know where our problem is. So that's one good thing. It's just irritating when you see it and you're going, all that work and then, it was so pretty and so dressed up nice. But, I mean, you know, at least like Wanda said, the positive side of it is, we know now where our problems are going to be at. So now we know where to focus on trying to fix the problem at. Yeah, so hopefully, maybe Wednesday, if he gets here, and I'm going to take and try to video as much of it as I can. I don't know how we're going to do this and keep everything going, but we're going to try. Danny and I both are going to try to keep it going. So we'll try. Possibly... If I get it videoed and edited, it might be next Friday. If he comes Wednesday, it might be Friday before I get a video going. It's just according. We'll see.
So we've had a lot going on. We've got a lot of people been messaging us. We've seen things on YouTube. We've read stories and newspaper articles and all kind. Everybody is talking about
the coin shortages
and food shortages and seed shortages and no jobs and I mean.
Well, let's just start off like this. Wanda and I went to a lot of different places, even the bank, and we asked them, is there a shortage on coins for this area? Everywhere we went, we were told no. The only thing that we was told at one post office we went to mail some Etsy orders, we asked them and they said no, they had not heard anything about a corn shortage. But what they did say was they were not permitted to have some $10 bills.
Yeah, they were told,
for some reason there was a shortage on $10 bills. They couldn't get any. But anything else, everybody else, even our bank, when we went to the bank told us
they had not heard it.
They hadn't heard anything about it. We talked to several businesses.
Arkansas says they have signs in places. We saw Texas had issues and California.
Texas and California we know had issues.
So is it limited to certain areas? Now, Danny and I pick all the time when we heard that because I take coins and I just drop them in a drawer. And he told me I was causing these coin shortages.
I said, if you don't put the money back in the bank, there's going to be a shortage on coins. And then all of a sudden we get this coin shortage, and it's kind of a joke between us now.
Yeah.
And so Jay Thomas is exactly what me and Wanda was talking about today. Yes. I told her, I said, remember when there was a shortage on ammunition? I said, really, there wasn't a shortage on ammunition. What happened was the federal government stepped in with all of these big bids to the ammunition companies to make billions of rounds of ammunition. Well, they went to the people with the money, and they started making ammunition for all these big companies, for the government, and they quit making it for the small people. So there wasn't really a shortage on ammunition. There was just a mess up in the supply of ammunition.
Yeah. And some of them, Texas says, yes, all their stores, Let's Grow Texas says all their stores have signs. So maybe it's limited areas for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But another is these food shortages. They're showing, Danny saw a while ago, what they were dumping potatoes.
Yeah, I was looking at some footage a while ago from Canada, and they were showing potato trucks just backing up, dumping, like one place is dumping 700 tons of potatoes into a hole that they dug with a track hoe because they didn't have the workers to distribute them. You know, I mean, now that's just stupid, if you ask me. I've seen here in the United States where they had squash piled up, they had onions piled up, they had potatoes piled up, and they were just taking machines and just dozering them off into big holes, and that's just crazy.
So now Brenda makes a little sense. The problem was that the businesses that weren't open and the ones that were, the ones that there wasn't businesses, but the ones that were could not use coins when you were going through drive-in different things. Right. They couldn't take their coins to the bank.
Right.
And then one lady said they had a coin shortage for about a week, but it's over now. So is it a limited thing until they get it back into going? And then one person said the U.S. had quit minting coins. So
yeah, we read one article where they said that the mint had quit minting coins. So I don't know.
And who do you trust?
I mean, that's the whole thing about it is what's real and what's not real. You know, I mean, the COVID-19, I'm coming to the conclusion. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's a real virus. I know people get it. But a lot of it has been falsified. I've been reading documents where there's been samples sent in on papaya, goats, dogs, all kinds of things, and they're all coming back positive. So, I mean, how does a papaya have a positive COVID-19? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff being falsified. I talked to a person who worked in a hospital they was saying that the hospital gets anywhere between $19,000 and $45,000 per COVID patient that goes to an ICU bed. So you got to wonder if some of this stuff ain't falsified. One person was telling me that they had someone put on a ventilator and they never came off of it. They died from being put on a ventilator and they was perfectly healthy. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. It's getting to be even more complicated. It's just like Henry Kissinger said, whoever controls the food controls the people. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, in Wisconsin, they're saying that the Family Dollar stores posted debit cards or credit cards only. So
I've seen the signs where it says nothing but debit cards or credit cards, unless you have the exact change.
Yeah. And then the deal is going to be, they're going to say, if this COVID thing comes back around, which they're already pushing for it, if you'll read the headlines.
Look, 40 states.
Last week it was
14. It was 14 last week. Then it was 20 something. Now it's 40 states have a positive increase in coronavirus cases.
Yeah. First to last week, Danny and I were looking 14 states. And Mississippi was one of them.
Yeah, Mississippi was one of them.
And our state's open back up. I mean, there's basically most all of it's open back up, but our governor's fiddling around again because of the way he says things. A few things haven't opened up, and he says we're not opening them back up until we see what's going on, because it did go up. And we know absolutely nobody that has it.
Look,
nobody in person that has it right now.
If it was running as rampant in the state of Mississippi as they said it was, all the workers in Walmart would have it.
Exactly.
We don't know anybody from Walmart who has any. We don't know anybody, period, locally that has it. None of the local stores take any precautions.
No.
The only place we've been was to Walmart. We went. They were wiping the buggy handles down. And they had a place where you put some hand cleaner on your hands.
We went into
the bank.
The bank.
When the bank, you go in the bank, it has a place where you.
The guy was standing there.
Yeah.
I went into the bank. This was really weird. They had a security guard standing at the door. When you came in the door, he stopped you and he said, "Ma'am, will you please take some of the hand sanitizer over there before you proceed any further?" So I had to get hand sanitizer and put it on my hands before I could go to the front. And then they had the normal 6 feet things. And he only allowed like 3 or 4 of us in the door. And he stood there at the door and only let a limited amount of people in there. That's never happened in our bank before.
Right.
That's something really different. The local hardware stores, the feed stores and all that, none of them wear masks. None of them have practiced social distancing. None of them limit people in the stores. The hardware store did say that they might have to do that, but they said never were there over 25 people in the store at one time.
No, there's never that many people in the store anyway. We're in a small town.
Yeah.
But, Grandma Rose was asking about Mimsy. I haven't want to know how Mimsy ever got.
They were doing fine, I believe.
I think they were doing good.
Both of them. They had a light case. I do believe it was kind of light case of it. I'm seeing, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Val says their local nursing home has 0 cases. So you don't know what to believe. Throughout this whole thing, we know a few people that have had it, but we don't know anybody personally who has died. We have over 100,000 subs. Nobody has told us that they have anybody that's passed from this. I'm pretty sure there has to be at least 1 or 2, but it's not running rampant like you would think.
Sheila said from Quake Lake said that their bank, the only way you can get in is through appointment only.
Yeah. Ours was that way a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, ours was that way. I had to go into the bank because someone had compromised my debit card. And
They made us stand outside.
They made me stand outside, and it was scorching hot, like 100 and something degrees. And I think they saw how irritated I got because I made some personal comments. And the lady eventually opened the door and said, "Sir, would y'all please come inside?" Yeah.
No, I know what it was.
No, she came out.
She came out and was letting him sign papers, and she saw how hot it was. Yeah. So she let us in so she wouldn't be hot.
Yeah,
it had nothing
to do with us. That's right. It had nothing to do with us. It was because
she refused to stand in the heat.
She refused to stand out there in the heat. Yeah.
See, now Butch is saying there's 5,000 dead in nursing homes.
Yeah, in nursing homes.
And that was the other thing. Danny saw that the statistics were the average person was 82.
The average person was 82 years old who had died from COVID-19. And most of them were in nursing homes.
Yeah. So, you know, we know it's real. We know things are going on, but does it warrant what they're putting us through? Just how far are they going to go?
Yeah.
The stores are limited in what they have. Now, you have grocery stores. Our little grocery stores are way more full, I guess, or fuller than Walmart. Because Walmart seems to be going to drive-through, pick up your stuff, order online. For whatever reason, it's like they're closing the stores down gradually.
Yeah.
Our local Piggly Wiggly had limited stuff the other day. I mean, that was the lowest I've ever seen it have.
Yeah, we're not doubting that the virus is real because, I mean, it is real.
Mm-hmm.
We know people who have family members who've had it. We have fellow YouTubers who've had it. I mean, so it's definitely a real virus. It's just that I think that they're taking this thing and they're blowing it all out of proportion to carry on an agenda they have.
One guy said that his wife works in the hospital and all the people that are there, if they come in and they test you and you're positive and they turn around and test again.
Yeah, they can test you up to 10 times.
Up to 10 times.
Yeah.
Well, you're counted as 10 people and you're only one person. It just, that's where some of the false information is coming from. If I had pneumonia right now and I went in and tested for pneumonia and they were counting all the people that came through the hospital that had pneumonia and I went back in tomorrow and because they sent me home and I went back in tomorrow, they're going to count me twice.
Yeah.
They're not going to say the same person. They're going to count me twice. So that's where some of these numbers are getting blowed out, I think.
Yeah, you got to, I mean, I don't even know what's real out there, to be honest with you.
Grandma Rose says Kosciuszko's nursing home has it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what's real. You get information from this person tells you one thing, and we try not to look on YouTube for information or anything like that. We try to go to the individuals and ask them that work in hospitals, that work in nursing homes, that run banks, you know, all this kind of stuff. We try to talk to these people and see what's going on in their facility because that's the only way we're going to get the truth. I just don't believe half of what I see on the internet.
Yeah. And, you know, the funny thing about it, people are saying you've got to wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. You've got to do all this. I don't know too many people that don't wash their hands pretty much on a regular basis. Even kids now are taught almost crazy to wash their hands because little kids will come around and they'll get dirty and the first thing they do is, they want their hands washed no matter what it is. They're being taught from a young age to keep their hands clean because they're not out playing in dirt like Danny and I are.
Right.
So they can get a touch of anything. A lot of kids that have been here can just get any one little thing on them and they want to be clean.
Right.
So I don't understand this thinking that people are dirty all the time and they need to wash because I think we're one of the craziest, cleanliest nations in the world when it comes to that because people are spazzed over germs anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of them things. We see so much stuff going on around us here now, and we're just not sure anymore about anything. So we're not even, I'm not even going to look at anything as even being real. I'm going to be honest to you. I mean, I'm just, I'm not going to freak out about anything. I'm going to just, you know, I'm going to just go to town. When we go to town, we just go to town. We'll be as healthy as we can. We don't wear masks. I'm not wearing a mask. If they tell me I got to leave the building, then I just will leave the building, because it's actually more healthy to go without a mask than it is to go with a mask. Because anybody who's ever served in the military or anything like that knows that when you put a mask on, you've got to be able to get rid of the carbon dioxide out of your body. If you keep breathing your own carbon dioxide back in, then you're poisoning your own system. You've got to have a respirator type system that is designed to get rid of the carbon dioxide and take the oxygen back in, and then filter it as it takes it in. I mean, it's stupid. I can't help it. Y'all may disagree with me. I really don't care. I know the truth, and I'm not going to veer from that. Masks or no good.
Yeah. Some people say that, you know, people go into the bathroom and then they walk out and don't wash their hands and stuff. Yeah, I get it. There are people all over the place that are nasty. I get that. But I'm talking about our nation as a whole are generally cleanly people. They usually are. We use more hand sanitizer and stuff before COVID than we've ever used before. We use a lot of stuff that keeps us cleaner. People take baths, I don't know how many times a day. You know, back in the day they took a bath once a week.
Well, you know,
because they had to draw water.
Yeah, because you got to draw your own water, and especially in the wintertime when it was cold. Yeah.
Now people take one every day. We know people that take them several times a day.
Yeah.
But, you know, the average person takes a bath once a day. Just little crazy healthy people take it more than once a day.
Well, anyway, I mean, you know, we started out talking about food shortages, and I think that's probably where we need to stay at, because if you ain't careful, you get caught up in this thing, and it just gets to be a rat race. But the real deal is, guys, I don't think, now listen to what I'm saying now, I don't think we have a food shortage. I think what we're facing at this time is a food crisis, because there is a supply chain issue, and when you have a supply chain issue, then you have a problem getting food from point A to point B. Then you end up with a food crisis, not a food shortage. The food shortage will actually come probably this fall or maybe into next winter, because it's at that point the reserves will have been used up, and all this stupid stuff that they're doing now by getting rid of the food because of quote unquote infected workers will have caught up with us.
Yeah. And I think that's the whole deal. They can't get workers because all the workers are told to stay home.
Yeah.
So the food's collecting, and then when a few go back to work, then somebody tests positive. Whether it's really positive or false positive, they still had a positive test.
Yeah.
So they're telling everybody they got to go home again. And now they're wanting to shut the farms down because they say all this is starting because of animals and vegetables.
Yeah.
I mean, what you going to eat? How far are they going to take this? You know?
I don't know.
What's next?
You got to ask yourself the question, you know, what is the end goal here? Because if you're shutting down the farms, which is what it looks like they're doing, Canada, the whole nation's just about shutting down because of infected workers. Mark it down. You can say you heard it first here. Florida will be the next on the list in the United States to be dozering food off in holes because of infected workers. They won't be harvesting it. And from Florida, it'll probably jump over to Texas and to California. I mean, it's going to be, you're going to hear about it here in the United States pretty quick, since this second phase of the first phase of COVID-19 is coming around.
Yeah.
You know, so Yeah, lab meat. Rhonda's right. Lab meat is already being sold, as a matter of fact. A lot of your big box stores are already carrying it. Some of your fast food places is already using lab meat. And the sad part about it is, most of the population don't know and really don't care.
As long as they can drive up to a window, somebody hands them their food, and they drive off.
And they can just eat
while they're driving down the road.
And
they don't care what it is.
They don't care.
As long as the taste is reasonable to what they're used to. They'll eat it.
Well, the Bible even tells us this is going to happen. He says, in the latter days of an age, people will be unthankful. How many times do you go to a restaurant? How many times do you go anywhere? Fast food restaurants, anything, drive-thrus. How many people you see get a drive-thru hamburger and pull over and give God thanks for it? None. Not one. Every one of them, all they want to do is stuff their face. They go through and they grab it and they're eating so fast. The Bible says in the latter days and age, people will be unthankful. They're not thankful for their food. Wanda and I can honestly say, when we sit down to every meal we sit down to, we thank God for every bite that goes into our mouth. And we thank Him for providing it here, because Wanda and I raise our own food. We do not go to a grocery store and buy what we eat. So we give God thanks for everything that we raise here.
Yeah. And another thing is the seeds. Everybody bought up seeds like crazy. So all your companies were out of seed. It wasn't that there was a shortage of seed. It was a supply thing.
Yeah.
They had to wait until their suppliers could get them seed. Now, most of them are back in business and you can get seeds. Some of them may not have every seed you want, but there was a month or two there, maybe 3, that you could not get seeds and everybody was panicking. And it might happen again, just saying, but so far they're starting to get their seeds back in. It's a supply chain is broken. That's what's happening. Not that they're not available.
Yeah.
And so you've got to kind of weigh your options. Keep check. I saw somebody before said that fireworks. Thank you, Ron. Somebody
it's
said,
a little late, but anyway, yeah.
Said that now I lost my train of thought.
Oh, I was thinking about fireworks.
Yeah, I know. I went to fireworks too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
No, what was I talking about now?
I was thinking about fireworks. I'm sitting here.
We did get to see a little bit of fireworks from a distance last night. Not much.
Not much. Yeah, people were actually, they actually shot them off early. I don't know what the deal was. Guys, Ms. Wanda here, y'all probably wonder what this is. This is homemade whole figs. Things are so good. Man.
Yeah, and I'm going to get that video done and up Monday, hopefully. Now, let's get off of...
It could be like Hank Williams Jr. We say grace, we say ma'am.
Yeah, keep going.
No, I can't do that.
All right,
it's family friendly.
I want to show them some good stuff.
Let's look at some stuff here. We have some pictures.
Let me first mention Green Thumb Gardening Channel.
Put up a video. They had a tire out in the front of their their garden out in the front. They have like spots that they garden on their urban homestead there. And
we've been talking to him for about a year.
About a year now. And
thank you, Chip.
And y'all should go over and check out his channel. I think he's got a really good channel for people who are urban growers.
Yeah. Now he named one garden Deep South Homestead. Yeah. Now he's got several gardens and he names each one of them. So in Deep South Homestead last year he planted Cherokee pumpkins and he only harvested one because it was full sunlight.
Yeah.
This year he planted Beauregard sweet potatoes.
He called it the Deep South Homestead Garden.
Yes. So he was harvesting today, and y'all, he got some potatoes in an area the size of a tire.
It was a tire, yeah.
So y'all go watch.
I counted them.
Grow.
He got I think I counted 18 big old potatoes.
Big potato.
Laying on his table on his front porch that came out of that tire. 18 big old potatoes come out of that tire. And I mean,
I was talking about seeds. Okay.
Y'all go check out Green Thumb Gardening Channel.
Yeah, he got some nice potatoes.
He's got some nice potatoes.
So that shows you if you're in an urban area and people are always saying, how can I grow sweet potatoes? Check it out.
Yep.
He grew a huge
amount. 5 plants.
They could eat for several meals, probably 10 or 12 meals. According to what they do with it.
Yeah.
And in one little spot. So just think, you can do it. Anybody can do it. So check out Green Thumb Gardening Channel. All right, now.
Gemini, it's called Green Thumb Gardening Channel.
Yeah. Gemini's
trying to find the link. I know what she's doing. Yeah.
YouTube's changed everything, so I can't put in the cards until after it's rendered. So if I can think about it after a while, I'll put that video in the cards. And another thing is, when we were talking about food shortages and things like that, Danny's got videos from February of 2019
talking about what we're experiencing now.
Actually, we put it on Patreon at that time.
It was on Patreon in 2019. We moved it over to YouTube this year.
It was later in 19.
Was it later in 19?
August or September?
Yeah. And dealing with food shortages, food crises, and all this kind of stuff, you can go back and look at that video series I've done. It's actually happening right now, everything that I said. Green Thumb Gardening Channel.
Let me type it in right quick.
Ms. Wanda's going to put it in there for y'all. All right, Gemini got it.
Yeah, there it is. All right, so let me find my pictures.
Okay, let's get back to the pictures.
All right, so we had somebody.
Yes, we had some gifts this week.
And I can't remember the name, so you're going to have to forgive me. I think it was Linda. But I didn't stick it.
I didn't stick
it in here, I don't think.
I didn't see the thing, so.
Okay. She sent us 2 gifts. This was one of them. The Farmhouse Kitchen. Y'all, I'm loving this book. I was popping through, finding some nice recipes, a lot of good tips. I mean, a country woman wrote this because some of the tips in here. I mean, it was just.
I mean, when you got recipes like ooey gooey granola bars, you know that had to come from a good cook.
Yeah. Baked spaghetti squash. Okay, y'all. She gave up tips here. She told how to do it. I'm looking for ideas with spaghetti squash because guess what? Let me show y'all something. We got a floor full of spaghetti squash.
Look at the spaghetti squash. Now, that's not Cherokee Tans. That's spaghetti squash.
Yes.
Homestead Heart, as actually they're friends of ours.
Yes, Homestead Heart is another good channel.
It's another good channel to watch.
She does a lot of
canning.
Canning and gardening and DIYs too.
A lot of that stuff. Homestead Heart is a real good channel. Y'all can go check them out.
But this recipe book, when I found the spaghetti squash, it's called Farmhouse Kitchen. Don't ask me to say that in the last name. Y'all gonna have to just look at it.
Stolitzfus and Carol Fogg.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so she sent this, and she also sent a cutting board. Now, Danny and I almost fought over the cutting board.
We almost fought over this cutting board, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
Isn't that beautiful? It is at the cabin, but when I pulled it out and Danny looked at it and I was going, oh, I'm taking it to the cabin and I'm going to put it there because it'll take away from that just solid wall. And he said, but I was going to cut meat on it. And I said, no.
No, she said, no.
No, you're not cutting meat on that. We got plenty of cutting boards. That one is not used.
Yeah, she won't let me use the cutting board.
He can't use it for cutting meat. Okay?
No.
It just ain't happening.
She won't let it happen.
And then this came from Miss Sally.
Now we thought this was really unique, y'all.
She found this.
Look at that The Deep South brand. Feed. Look at that.
It's like a feed sack.
I thought that is really cool.
This will go over to the cabin because I like to have it over there. Maybe hanging somewhere when we finally get where I can fix stuff up.
Yeah, we're gradually, stuff is coming in for the cabin. We are excited, you know. That's really, really nice.
And the lady that sent the cookbook and the cutting board, she sent them for our anniversary. So I wanted to say thank you for that. I did send her a private message and thanked her for it. But again, thank you.
And don't forget the Grow Family Network. They're another channel that we communicate back and forth with. We watch on a regular basis. They've sent us some seeds. We have some bush okra seeds in the greenhouse. I don't have a
picture today, but it's in the video coming up next week in our greenhouse tour.
Yeah.
It's doing really well. And
I'm going to move on to some of these pictures here. What do we got here?
Go up to the sunflower.
Okay, here we go. Which one is this?
Just sunflowers.
Ta-da!
Y'all, these are autumn beauties, and look at it. There's 7 heads on one
stem sticking up. 7 flowers.
I can't believe it. They're beautiful. One of the plants is over 9 foot tall. Some of them are 4 to 5 feet tall, or 7 to 8 feet. But one of them is 9 foot tall, and I did not
over 9 foot.
I didn't know they got that tall.
We didn't realize they got that tall either.
Now we're part of the Sunflower Showdown. See, I've got on the T-shirt, and I put up a video on Crazy Days. So if you want to know what the Sunflower Showdown is, go check out Crazy Days. I've got a couple of videos over there.
Do we still have cookbooks left, Lois? Yes, Ms. Wanda has cookbooks left.
Yes, they're on Etsy. One thing I do need to say about the cookbooks, I had to reorder, and because I just shipped out the first, every one I ordered. All of them were gone, so I reordered, and I thought they would be in one day this next week, and they might.
And they might.
But they told me they couldn't guarantee me when they would come in, so if you ordered, I sent all of them out. If you don't get your order by Monday or Tuesday, it might be another week or so before you get them because I'm going to be running late. I know I've got 3 or 4 orders already that are going to be at a week to 2 weeks out. I'm sorry. It's just that I didn't get them when I thought.
Chris, I did not see your post about sprouting Empress peaches. No, I did not.
So you are going to be cabin living really off the grid.
Yes. Eventually.
Well, yeah, but right now we're back and forth.
We're back and forth
right now.
That's
our chill place for now.
Yeah. And somebody asked, do we eat the sunflower seeds? We will on these. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, these would be good because they were not contaminated in any way. These would be fine.
Okay, let's look. What is this right here? Okay, this is some of Ms. Wanda's peas that is growing all around the sunflowers.
Mississippi
creams.
I think they're Mississippi cream peas.
Yeah.
And these are field peas for those of you that think peas are...
No, these are not green peas.
Green peas.
These are field peas. Yes. Okay. Let me move on along here.
Let's see what else. Dutch oven.
Okay. We went to the cabin yesterday. We didn't actually... I guess this is maybe...
This ain't got nothing to do with the cabin.
Oh, but I was going to tell them... We didn't really celebrate the 4th today.
Okay, go ahead.
You know, we worked all day today. We went to the cabin yesterday and we actually cooked steaks and all kind of other things. But Ms. Wanda had bought something to take to the cabin, and it was called a cast iron Dutch oven.
No, well, it's just a cast iron pan.
It's a pan, but it's called it's Dutch something.
No, I made a Dutch baby in it.
Okay, you made a Dutch baby in it, so it's a cast iron skillet with 2 handles on it. Okay.
Yeah, I got it from Pampered Chef. I
got
2
this.
of them.
I'm gonna show you what it looks like here. Look at what Ms. Wanda made right there.
This is the easiest thing with the Dutch oven to pick up. I mean, not a Dutch oven, cast iron to pick up because you have 2 handles. I got the 10-inch and the 12-inch in my Pampered Chef thing that added the 60% off because I gave a party. And y'all, I made the Dutch baby and it was wonderful, wasn't it?
It was very good.
I made a gluten-free Dutch baby. And then we added some fresh pears, some blueberries, blackberries, and huckleberries. Now, what was your favorite part of all of it?
The crust and the berries.
Which berry?
The huckleberry. The huckleberry had the best taste of any berry in there.
You don't really realize that. I mean, Danny loves blueberries, and usually I put blueberries in everything for him. But eating this with blueberries and huckleberries, the huckleberries gave you more pop than the blueberries.
Spitfire Red says, "Don't the field peas taste a little like dirt?" No, they don't taste nothing like dirt.
Not that I know of.
I don't eat dirt, but I mean, I can't imagine. I ate dirt when I was a kid, but ours don't taste like dirt.
Yeah, and the other thing I got from Pepperidge Shelf that I wanted to show right quick before we just go anywhere else. In my party, I got a lot of things, and on Crazy Days, I did a unboxing a couple of days ago, but I've been playing with all of them, and I'm loving them. This is a V-pan. Now, in the V-pan, lots of people put their flour tortillas or corn tortillas and make their own tortilla shells fresh in the oven. Or they make chips. Now, I made zucchini chips
She made zucchini chips with it, too.
And it was awesome. And so I was thinking about bacon, and so I stuck the bacon in there, and there's a video on Crazy Days. I stuck that bacon in there and cooked it in the oven, and oh my goodness. It is not hard bacon. It is chewy bacon, done bacon, and it tastes really good. So, what you do? All right, let me find my thing. So, I am enjoying the Pampered Chef. Probably one of the best things, though, I told Danny that I think I got was this long, it's called a skinny scraper. Or
yes, that
something like that.
Yeah.
It's long, and it reaches down in my Ninja in the big thing, and you scrape stuff, and it just rakes it out around. I'm going to do a video on it before long on Crazy Days. So I'm really enjoying the Pampered Chef, and guys, you get what you pay for. It's nice, ain't it, baby?
It's very nice.
He likes the cast iron. Okay,
moving along here. People ask us, what have we been doing with our time? We have no time to do anything. We work from can till can't, and we're ended up with more can't than we are can. But here we go. Well, where did it go?
Greenhouse.
There we go, guys.
I finished painting today. This is my.
This Wanda finished painting today. Yes, this is where we're at. The bed on the left-hand side, as you're looking at it, has been filled with dirt. Now, we haven't amended it yet. We've still got to put the lime and the fertilize and, the other soil amenities that we have to put in there has got to be done. The beds on the right-hand side has got to be filled. And as you look at it now, it looks like it's perfectly level. But the issue is this thing had a 2-foot drop from one side to the other side. And we've had to fill that thing with dirt in the middle. Now we will have 2 more raised beds going down the middle of this thing. We should have 4 raised beds in this one all together. So we've got quite a ways to go yet. We're ready to start putting the wiggle wire track on, and to be able to start putting the plastic on the end walls. You can see how big of openings we have framed up for the fans and the louvers and stuff like that. So we're getting this greenhouse ready. This one is exactly the same dimensions as the one you see in the background back there.
Now, somebody asked, what would cause huckleberries not to produce? We had that weird issue this year. Now, ours produced abundantly.
Yeah.
There was huckleberries everywhere, and I picked and picked and picked and picked. Amanda from Freedom Acres lives next door. They had absolutely none.
They had no huckleberries on their property.
Danny walked by and looked at them, and they were saying, we don't have any. What happened? Not a berry on theirs at all.
I don't know.
Ours was abundant, picking all day. So we don't know what.
I don't have an answer for that one. I mean, they're just across they're just across the fence.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I have no answer.
We have no idea. So I don't know what would cause them not to produce. All right, this is another view of the greenhouse where you can see both of them side by side. Before long, the queen dome's going to have a white.
It'll have a white roof on it.
Cloth.
Yeah.
Yes. We're just glad to get it going so we can start. We've got a lot of ideas for it and what we're fixing to do and how Danny's going to transform his and how I'm going to get mine going. But we want to get the pond up first. We want to get that done. Hopefully soon. But we're still working a little at a time.
It's just a little along.
Y'all, this is my pomegranates. Some of them are as big as softballs. They are just getting huge. And this little old tree, what, there must be 25 on it?
There's probably 25 on that little tiny tree.
And they're getting good size. So we're just hoping that it doesn't break. You know, and it's sitting right outside the greenhouse.
You see it's right next to the greenhouse. So somebody's asking a question there. Do we put the, do we put the black ground cover under raised beds in the greenhouse? Yes. As a matter of fact, that's one thing we are trying to make sure we get taken care of now is when we put our ground cover down, we run it under the raised beds and down the sides too, so that weeds don't come up in between it. Now, the first greenhouse, we didn't get to do that on one side of it, but we did get to do it on the back side.
What will grow in the queen dome? Well, we have a special video coming up shortly as soon as we get all the dirty, and we're going to go ahead and start planting because some of the things I'm going to plant in there are summertime crops, and I want to get them in and get them done before winter and see how they do. So we probably will have them in before we get a cloth and everything.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends. Chip's asking why white instead of clear. It will still have the clear plastic on it, Chip. It's just that the shade cloth will be white instead of black. We're doing a side-by-side comparison with Grower Solutions. We're checking both of them to see the ambient temperature on the inside between the two and see how they both work. How is it some years figs do not produce? Usually, Lucy, when that happens, what you end up with is a late freeze or a late cold spell will actually knock the figs back off the tree, and it just won't make another crop.
We've never had that happen here. We've always had lots and lots of figs till last year. And last year, I mean, we would get 25 to 30 gallons of figs a year. Last year, I think we got 2 gallons.
2 gallons last year.
Maybe 2 gallons of figs last year was it, or 3. It was not much at all. It was too late freeze.
Deborah says, do we have a preference on the weed barrier or ground cover that we use? Ours comes from Grower Solutions. It's called DeWitt. We like it because it has the lines on it. It makes it very easy for us to space everything out when we put it down right. We use the 3-foot wide, the 4-foot wide, and the 6-foot wide one.
Yes, we will be fishing out of the pond, but it will be a year or so down the road because we first have to get it built.
Yeah.
Get water in it, let it sit for 6 months or so, get some fish in it, let them grow. So this is a long process. It won't happen overnight.
They want to know, do we root any cuttings for anything? Yes, I root a lot of cuttings. I use air layering to do a lot of my rootings with. What is the size of our greenhouse? It is a 16-foot by 36-foot.
All right.
Have I ever grown oca, oxtail turbosa? No.
You're going to have to tell me the original name. I don't know what that one is.
On cantaloupe seeds, how long do you have to wait to plant them? It depends on how you save the seeds, because if you're talking about how after you save the seed, then you have to wait till they completely dry. But if you just bought them, you can plant them anytime.
Texas is just filling their GreenStalk today.
We'll use solar panels to power the fans in the greenhouse. Probably not right now. Just simply because we've got to, it would be a big process for us right now to try to come up with the extra finances to make that happen.
Yeah, we kind of want some solar panels for the cabin, so we're trying to process.
Would the DeWitt cloth keep out the voles? I can't answer that. I don't know because we don't have voles here. They say the best thing for voles is hardware cloth. Yeah. So that would probably be great. It would be great if the greenhouse was off grid. Yeah, it would. But that's a big expense. When we've already got so much money tied up in these greenhouses, that would just be another big burden. Will broccoli recover? The leaves have been attacked by caterpillars. Probably not. It probably will not.
Will we swim in the pond? Probably not. But if something hits the fan and we have to, it will be for that purpose. But the pond is a dual purpose. But that won't be what we plan on doing unless we have to. That's a have to on that one.
Baker Mom says, will the greenhouse keep out locusts? Yes, it will, the way they're designed. JJV, Homestead Study, says the store shut down tomorrow. How long could y'all go on what you have? I think I know the answer. We could probably go 2 to 3 years.
And as long as we're growing something, if we would eat fresh, we could go longer.
Yeah.
If we did not grow anything,
we'd probably go 2 years if we didn't grow nothing.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Beef bacon. Yes. Matter of fact, the slaughterhouse that we get our meat done at, the young lady there was Messianic, and she actually makes beef bacon there. So, and she says it's really good. Can you dehydrate the cantaloupe seeds? I doubt they wouldn't sprout if you did.
No, you would just be mainly drying them.
You'd just be drying them, and I don't think you can eat them. Yes, I use hardware cloth, but I don't know about the Cherokee tan pumpkins. They will take up a large area. Yes, they take up, Callahan, they take up a huge area. As a matter of fact, I don't think we have a picture of them on this particular, of the Cherokee tan pumpkin.
No, we've got one that we showed last week.
Well, we have seeds on Etsy, yes, whenever they mature. When they dry out. This is the peppers right here y'all see that I picked out of the greenhouse today. We actually have a little bit of a video come about this coming week about this. I think that you'll enjoy the video because we're getting quite a few peppers now out of the greenhouse. They finally have kicked in and started growing.
Will 2 greenhouses be enough to produce what you need if the weather gets to that point? You cannot grow outside. Our goal is to have something fresh to eat in the greenhouses 365 days a year. So with that being said, we would not be canning things unless they're like something that just produced abundantly. We would be eating fresh daily. So yes, we could eat out of both of them, eat something fresh daily.
What do we recommend to put in a chicken run to help with mud? I am Mississippi, too much rain here.
Ours just gets wet and dries out. I don't know what you do.
You could try pine shavings or something like that. Don't put leaves, or you can put leaves, just don't put something like pine straw, because pine straw takes way too long to break down.
Mary Beth just got her land cleared. She's hoping to have a garden this fall.
Yes.
So I think if I've got my people right, I think she just moved. It's hard for me to keep everybody straight, but when do you start cabbage for the fall planting?
Well, it depends on what zone you're in. We start ours in probably about mid-September.
Yeah. Okay. Why can't I find your seeds on Etsy?
Depends on what we're out of stock of.
We're probably out.
We got Cherokee tans.
That's the only thing I have left, and I put up limited amounts of them because somebody has to sit and count them out. And I've been dealing with cookbooks, sweet potato manuals, English peas, and Cherokee tan. And you can ask Danny. I've been busting my tail to get these things mailed out. I'm a little late on some of them because I had to wait on envelopes.
Yeah.
For the cookbooks, I didn't order enough, and then Danny's sweet potato manuals been selling like crazy because people are finally figuring out you have to put sweet potatoes in the ground to make some nice slips. And so I ordered yesterday picked up an order yesterday of his sweet potato manuals, and every one of them's already sold. All of them. Yeah, that's crazy.
Grandma Rose says, isn't beef belly the same as brisket? I've never heard of it called beef belly. I've heard of beef tripe, which is the lining out of a cow's stomach, but the brisket is the part that lays right underneath the neck right here. It goes between the neck and the front shoulders.
Okay, Mary Beth says no, she's just she's the one that her husband has kidney failure. She's been there 28 years. She just got her land cleared. I get for a garden. Okay. Cherokee Tan. It's a lot like Seminole. Seminole, they train to go up a tree. That's Ron. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are the same. We planted both, we just tried both. We had somebody send us both.
Yeah, we tried both.
And we noticed quite a few differences in them, but they are very similar.
They're talking about a pellet rifle. I use my pellet rifle
for everything.
Religiously. You can't get my gun anymore. They don't make it anymore. It's heavier than an actual real rifle, really.
It's very heavy.
It's very heavy. It's good and it's accurate up to 100 yards. I
can shoot it pretty well.
Wanda can shoot it good, and you can ask Wanda. I've killed birds over 100 yards away with it. So it's very accurate. I don't tell how many squirrels I've killed with that gun.
Yeah.
So a pellet gun to me, a pellet rifle, air rifle, whatever you want to call it. Mine's an RS-22 model.
And we have plenty of
the pellets are very cheap to buy. You can buy them $500 to a can. Mine has interchangeable barrels. I can put a 22 caliber barrel on it or a 177 caliber barrel on it. It is open rear and front sight. I have a scope on mine. It's just
It's very easy for me to shoot.
It's not a pump up. It's just a breakdown gun. It's not CO2. It is probably one of the best air rifles I've ever bought. It'll actually take down a pig or anything else that I want to shoot. I've killed it until how many raccoons.
And it doesn't make any racket.
Right.
That's the best thing about a pellet gun. If you're on a homestead and you have neighbors that do not want to hear you shoot a gun, the best thing is to have a pellet gun. Just don't shoot at the neighbors in their. If you live in a small area, it's hard to shoot it. But like where we are, as long as we know where our neighbors are, we have nobody behind us. We're good, and we can shoot it. Nobody knows we shoot it.
Right.
Now, he brings out the big gun. Everybody in the neighborhood knows.
Yeah.
Is yours a Beeman?
Yes, mine's a Beeman. It's a Beeman. It is probably one of the best air rifles I've ever owned.
He uses it. He doesn't even use a 22.
I don't even use a 22 anymore. I have it, but I don't use them anymore. I can pick this pellet gun up, and you can ask Wanda. I can hit everything. I can just start knocking stuff out with it.
And he was amazed that I could actually shoot too.
Yeah.
And hit a target.
If the scope is set, you don't have to worry. Okay, we're past 9 o'clock now.
All right. Did we get through all our stuff?
I went and checked. We got through all of that.
I'm trying to think. I think we got through most everything that I remember. If I forgot something, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But, we've had a good week. Somebody did ask, what do we do for relaxation? That's why we built the cabin. Last night, I was tired. I had addressed all kinds of envelopes, signed cookbooks, signed stuff, trying to get Etsy done. The last 2 nights. Last night, I was just exhausted. And I looked at Danny about 4 o'clock, and I said, I'm packing it up. And we headed to the cabin. We cooked out. There's no internet over there. We just sit over there and chill. We stayed up till late on the porch, just listening to birds. And the birds are about gone by
The birds are about gone by then. We just
the crickets.
Cicadas were still hollering.
Yeah, stuff like that. Then we go in and just chill. I made popcorn last night.
Yep, you made popcorn and hot chocolate.
And hot chocolate. That's what we had. That's our Deep South. What did I call it?
That's our late night snack when we're at the cabin.
Yeah, we do popcorn and hot chocolate. So I kind of stash that stuff up, and we just chill, and that's it. That's all we do. Go to bed, not worried about nothing. Danny gets up and cooks breakfast.
Del Rand, yeah, they should still be okay. You should be able to can the figs. You shouldn't have a problem.
Probably. I took out a small bag, a quart, when I canned yesterday and added it in with mine, and they were a year old, and from last year, because we didn't have hardly any figs last year.
Yeah.
Baker Mom said, I had a mini stroke 6 weeks ago. I am now walking without a cane and cooking a little bit. God is good.
Yeah. Any chance of second wave? You can just about rest assured this is a year of a major presidential election. There will be a second wave, and it will probably be escalated beyond what it should be.
Anything to make the news, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So, y'all put your prayer request up. I saw it and I forgot to write the name down. Hipbilly. It wasn't hillbilly. I think it said HIPP. Hippie, like for hipbilly or something. Her husband passed away. She has a YouTube channel. I just can't remember how it said. Some of you may know. I can't remember the first part of it. So if you know who I'm talking about, put up her name, her YouTube channel. Her husband passed away unexpectedly yesterday, I think. Andy from Andy's Backyard.
Yeah, he had surgery.
I think he's doing a little better.
He's doing okay. I think he got out of ICU and off of everything. I think he's okay.
Trying to think.
People are asking how long till the second wave? You probably got 2 months.
And y'all, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know where they're taking it.
Right.
But the whole purpose of tonight is to tell you, start planting something if you haven't already. You can grow some food. Stock up if you can't plant. Keep stuff ready because you never know from one day to the next. The first time they kind of gave you some warning. This time it may not be a warning. They may just shut your state down. Tomorrow morning you may wake up and they say you're not going anywhere.
Cherokee tans, how long from seed to harvest? Depends on where you live at. I have seen them in as little as 100 days, and I have seen them go up to 125 days.
One lady saying we are having the second wave now in North Carolina. And I think Florida and Texas are too.
I'm not sure it's called the second wave because the first one never went away. I think it may be I think it's a reoccurring because it opened the states back up. I think it's what it is.
Gail Watkins says her husband is in the hospital from congestive heart failure. So y'all remember Gail? Whatever happened to Grizz? Grizz has a video up. He's put up a couple of videos in the last few days. So check out Grizz 270. He's still making videos.
He's still making videos. Smitty's still in the hospital with an infection. We want to remember him. Yes, Grandma Rose is right. We're not out of the first wave yet. That's the reason I say we hadn't started a second wave. We're just in a reoccurrence of the first wave.
Do we plant a bumper crop of sugar snap peas? We do not plant snap peas.
We don't plant sugar snaps.
We plant the English peas, and it's the shelling kind.
The little marbles.
Yeah. Judging by all the massive get-togethers I saw today, I think it's going to start in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, undoubtedly. Are you familiar with the United Allied States? No, I'm not.
I am.
He might know more than I do. Eagle Lover says still
no blooms on your Cherokee tans. Ours, it took a while for ours to bloom, but they put on all male blooms for like a week or so.
Yeah, we were worried
about that, and then all of a sudden they started putting females on, so we're okay now.
And you said we have, what, 5 or 6?
I think I got 6 or 7 on the one vine right now. Let's see here. Okay.
All right, so most everybody's been putting their prayer request up. And I know I'll forget somebody, but you know.
We're going to go ahead and pray because it's already after 9 o'clock, and we need to, Wanda and I still got a lot of stuff to do tonight.
Do we?
Yep. So we need to get off of here. Oh, no, you're not going to bed. You got things you got to get taken care of.
Yo, he's pushing.
I'm a slave driver, ain't I?
Y'all know what'll happen? As soon as we shut this down, he'll go sit in that chair in there and he'll be out like a light. He won't even know if I bulldozed the house down.
She could tear the house down around me, probably. Okay, guys. Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. We want to tell you how much we appreciate all that you do for us, your goodness, your mercy, just your loving kindness towards us, Father. It is so awesome all the time. Lord, we have so many here tonight that's mentioned. They have spouses, they have loved ones in the hospital. Father, we have YouTube friends in the hospital. We have just friends in the hospital. And Lord, some have had surgeries. Some have had infections. I mean, Lord, they've all had all types of different reasons for being there. But we know that you are the great physician, Lord. And the one thing we ask for is that you guide the doctor's hands, you guide the surgeon's hands, and you let them put everybody back together and fix everything up just as well as they can, Father. And Lord, we want to take times like this to give you the honor, the glory, and the praise for just being so good to us and bringing us through life and getting us through these bad health times that we have in our life, because we're only human and we're going to have health issues. So thank you for helping us get through them, Lord. We all face them on a daily basis, and it is to our advantage to tell you thank you for just giving us every breath that we have on a day-to-day basis. And Father, there are those out there that are friends of ours that are looking for homestead. We pray that we know several people on here tonight that's actually looking for homesteads. And Father, we pray that you'll lead them to the right location and do it quickly, Father, because time is running out. Time's getting short on the ability to be able to purchase anything. And I'm just praying for them, Father, tonight, that you will lead them to the right land so that they'll be able to get their life in order as quickly as possible now. And Lord, the condition and the state of our country, I basically quit praying for the country. I now pray for your people in the country, Lord, and fellow homesteaders. I just pray that you will make everybody's place like a land of Goshen, that in the midst of all the plagues that the nation is facing and the turmoil that it's going through, Father, that you'll put a protective hedge around all the homesteads of the people that are mentioned here tonight, and not let any evil or any plagues come nigh unto their dwelling place, Father. Just keep us all safe. Bless our crops. Bless our gardens, our fruit trees, our animals, our health, our children, everything about us, Lord. Bless it. And Father, whatever our hands touch, may it prosper. And may we have the blessings of obedience bestowed upon each and every one of us in a wicked and uncertain land that we live in this day now. Father, go with us and help us to rest comfortable tonight. Give us good health and good strength throughout the night, and we'll rise again tomorrow to continue to give you the honor, the glory, and the praise for everything in our life. We ask this in thy name. Amen. Okay.
Oh, I got to get off my legs.
Okay. Where are we at here? I know probably a lot of things has went by.
So I want to thank you guys that sent stuff to us. The ones with the cookbooks, just remember, if you don't get them within a few days, the rest of you that have ordered, and if you order this week, it might be a week to 2 weeks before I get them to you, just according to when they get me the cookbooks. If you order sweet potato manuals, it'd be toward the end of next week before I can ship them out, right? Probably.
Not the end of next week.
I've got to put in a new order. The ones that's already ordered, I will have out Monday. But if you order sweet potato or
English
pea manuals, I'm putting in another order Monday, so it would be Wednesday at least before I could pick them up and get them sent out.
Yeah, because we have to wait for them to be printed.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for ordering. We've had a rush. I hear it thunder. It's fixing to start.
No, that was firecrackers.
Oh, was that what that was? I thought it was thunder.
No, firecrackers.
We've had a rush on sweet potato manuals. We have sold the fire out of them. English pea manuals, we've sold the fire out of them. We've actually sold out, so we're having to have them reprinted, and we should have some more by Wednesday, probably of next week.
Yeah. I don't think I have any on the Etsy store, so y'all will have to give me time to go over there and put them up. I've got more Cherokee tans. I had to see if I couldn't add my 2 cents for shipping. Yeah, y'all, that is Ron Foster. I have some of his books, and I have got to do another giveaway. We're just really behind in a lot of our giveaways. I have some of his books. He does, what's it called? Old Farts Survival Guide.
Old Farts Survival Guide.
I'm going to give away another one of those coming up shortly. If y'all hadn't paid any attention, he's got a lot of good
books. Survival books.
Survival books. Common sense survival books. Learning how to, let's see, how do you say it? Learning how to survive on what you have on hand. That's what I would say.
I don't know if they're talking to me. Stretchin says, are you RH negative blood type? No, I am O positive.
I am.
You are AB?
No, A.
A.
Negative.
You're A negative, yeah.
I think I'm A. I don't remember. A positive, A negative, one of the two. Maybe A positive.
Baker Mom said, I thought the manuals were downloads on Etsy. You can get a download if you want it. It's a lot cheaper it's a cheaper one if you want it on computer, but a lot of people like a hard copy to put in their hands.
Yeah. We do have the hard copies, but I keep the downloads on there for those that would rather download. I don't have the English P as a download, though. I really need to see if I can work on getting that done. I just never have done it yet. I don't know.
Ella, Ron says, laugh out loud, and you're in this book I am writing. You two are in this book I'm writing. Okay.
I'm not sure. Oh.
God bless to others. God bless. God bless. Grandma Rose. Homestead, thank you for joining.
Yeah, we've just been not being able to catch up with a lot. I've got while I'm talking, I guess, I've got a yogurt maker. I made cheese in it the other day, and that turned out okay. I hadn't made the yogurt yet, and I'm going to be giving away one of those yogurt makers. The company is going to send one to a winner. That will be on Crazy Days, I imagine.
Yeah.
So Crazy Days is one I like to do a lot of my giveaways. Danny's not a giveaway person, y'all. He hardly ever gives anything away.
I don't give anything away. Except advice.
I go over to Crazy Days.
And if I could charge for that, I would.
Yeah. I go over to Crazy Days, and I'm always giving.
Baker's mom says, how do I order the hard copy? On Etsy.
You got to give me time to get some back up because they're all sold out. If I can, as soon as we get through, I'll go over there and add some more, and then they'll go out the end of next week. What advice can you give me about my son? He turns 19 and wild running with the girl. I don't know.
Next video. Thank y'all from Deep South Homestead.
Check us out next week, guys.
Not first there.
We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.